Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video, we're going to be reviewing the 2020 Burton Custom Flying V. This board features Burton's Flying V camber profile, which is reverse between the feet, very, very minuscule camber zone, then rocker out in the tip of the tail. Basically, this thing's like almost full reverse when you get on it. This board is available in 150, 154, 154 wide, 156, 158, 158 wide, 162, 162 wide, and 166. I rode this board at Copper Mountain in late preseason conditions, which means icy, choppy chunder underneath about 3 inches of heavy, weird, blown around pow. It was overcast skies, cold temps, a little bit of wind, and I rode them with my K2 Thraxis boots and my Rome Black Label bindings. This board has somewhere around a middle of the road flex, but that Flying V makes it feel a little bit softer. It is stiffer under the insert channels and then looser and softer out in the tip and the tail. And there is a lot of torsional flex to this board. The only time this board really feels stable is when you're leaning back on your back foot and charging. If you're trying to be flat-based, it gets bucked around. You notice a lot of chatter out in the tip and the tail. It's a board that's very lively. It's not very damp. You pretty much feel everything with it. The Flying V makes it easy to engage the pop on this board. You just sort of snap right off the tail and boom, there you go. It's a skate-like pop. It's not the snappiest deck. Pretty much all the pop is derived from the actual rider. It's a board, if you're riding along and you pop, you're in the air, but the harder you push off that back foot, the more you're going to get up. If you're one of those people that doesn't know how to pop on a snowboard, if you just go to jump, you're probably going to be fine. You look like a moron, but you'll probably be fine. And when it comes to jumps, you want to keep it on the small to medium range with this thing. It's not really good at boosting off the lip. It does an okay job. It's just not the most stable. It's not the snappiest. There's better boards out there if you're trying to progress as a jump rider. This board is very easy to butter with if you just lean back or lean forward. It looks like shit, but hey, you're buttering or pressing. That's the Flying V for you. It's a board that you can just sort of roll back and that front just goes boom, sticks right up. You roll forward, tail's just going flapping in the breeze back there. It doesn't really lock in, it just sort of sets there, and it doesn't matter if you have your weight way out over the nose or tail, you're in it, but you're not secure. You don't feel locked in. There's a little bit of snap, not a lot of rebound. It's the same thing with jibbing. You can just go right onto a rail and you'll be in a tail press. I mean, you ride on, you're in a tail press. You ollie on, you're in a tail press. It's not an overly complicated board. It's not really a jib stick, in my opinion, either. It's just a board for someone that's lazy and wants to look cool by just doing a wheelie tail ride down the run and trying to impress the boys. This board's okay edge to edge. It'll transition smoothly. It'll hold on to an edge. The big thing is with Flying V, you don't get as much effective edge because when you wait the start of the turn, you're on your front foot, then you slowly transition to both, and then you end up on your tail. You pretty much miss that center point where you're transitioning. You just go from your nose right into your tail, and you're driving hard off of it, and it sometimes tends to wash out. I mean, it's not the worst carving board I've been on. It's not the best. I mean, if you're a progressing rider that really doesn't know how to carve, you'll probably be fine on it. If you know what the fuck you're doing, you're going to be like, what the hell is going on with this board? So who's this board for? It's for the 10-day-a-year rider that's like a high-level beginner or a low-level intermediate that just wants a Burton snowboard with an easy-to-use camber profile that won't fight them, and they can try to look cool when they're just doing wheelies all over shit. Basically, it's for someone that doesn't really understand that they need something with a little more power and drive behind it, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just for someone that's a lower-level rider. I didn't hate this board. I didn't love this board. It's just a snowboard. It did snowboard things. I mean, it's really a board for someone that wants to say they own a Burton Custom. It's not mind-blowing. You would do stuff on it and be like, okay, now what? It doesn't really excel at anything. It also doesn't really super suck at anything. It's just sort of there. It does what you want. You know, it's like a base model car that's just it's a base model Toyota Corolla. That's it. It'll get you from point A to point B. The radio might turn on, and maybe if you're lucky, you got a power seat. Not seats, just a power seat in the front. That's it. You might have power windows. It's nothing special to write home about. In fact, for me personally, it's a board I don't ever want to ride again, but if I have to, I will. I feel like every couple of years I have to go ride something with Flying V to come out and kind of talk about it. This thing being an all-mountain board, it's all mountain for someone that's a high-level beginner or low-level intermediate that never wants to progress. This has been my review of the Burton Custom Flying V. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a discussion about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the content we have coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you'd really like to support us, you really want to see us just build out what we're doing over here, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video. This review was made possible by the help of Underground Snowboards in Breckenridge, Colorado. If you're looking for a high-end demo, swing into Underground Snowboards on Main Street in Breckenridge and tell them Avran sent you.